So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert, if this is your first time tuning in. So today we're going to be covering a question that a lot of people ask, especially now that deer season is coming up and it's right around the corner. It'll be here before you know it, thank God. Is are solar cameras actually worth it? So there's different types of solar trail cameras on the market. There's some that are cellular, there's some that are Wi-Fi enabled, there's some that just run on batteries and a card. So we're going to kind of cover that in this video. If you guys like this content, enjoy this content, and gain value from this content, definitely consider subscribing, liking, and sharing on this video. It does wonders for the algorithm to boost this video to other people also looking at trail cameras. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So these cameras are actually, I'm sponsored by this company, so they send me cameras for free. This one I'm not sponsored by, but I bought with my own money. But either way, they're both cellular cameras, and we're going to go ahead and talk about this one real quickly first. In case you're wondering, I have some other cameras just for looks for the video, but those are not cellular cameras. So this one is a Spypoint. I've had this guy I've had it for about 7 years now, 6 years now, but it was working for about 5. It has nothing to do with the solar panel itself. Again, it's just with time. I have a lot of cameras. I've had some that are, you know, just this regular battery operated and SD card. They've lasted me about the same 5 to 7 years-ish. And for most of us, we're probably going to be upgrading our cameras around that time anyway. There's a lot of new innovation, new cameras coming on the market, you know, after 5 to 7 years, maybe even 10 years. We typically want to upgrade our cameras. You know, the camera quality is getting better, the longevity on the batteries is getting better. Cellular, you know, there's different types of things that are coming out in the market, especially after that many years, that are probably going to want to upgrade anyway. Now, to kind of continue on this camera, this was by far my favorite camera for a couple years. One reason being is I didn't have to be reloading batteries on this thing. This one does have the option to add batteries. There's a little compartment back here that I can actually add batteries to. In case the solar panel doesn't charge the internal battery, there's still external batteries that I can put in here, which is a cool feature. Not all solar panel or solar cameras have that option or that feature. So that was a good one about this one. But I really did enjoy these. I love this camera. If they come out again with these, I will probably buy some again. But like I said, I have a company that's sponsoring me now, so I don't really have to be buying my cameras as much, unless I want to go outside of that brand and buy something else. But yeah, I mean, which I probably still will. I probably still will buy other cameras. There's a couple other cameras that kind of caught my eye. But side note, yeah, like I said, these things last forever. I know when I first purchased them, I was a little hesitant because I had kind of heard some mixed reviews on the solar panels themselves, the internal batteries, the battery life, etc. But I can say that it has performed very well. We're going to move on to the one that sponsors me actually, and that's going to be CamPark. This camera retails for about $160. This one is also strictly a solar panel camera. It does have the option to add an external power port here if we choose to. I will leave some of these cameras behind me, including this one, down below in the description as well for anyone who is interested in checking it out. So this camera I have had for about a year now. I've had this camera for about a year and I haven't done a single thing, guys, and it's still taking pictures. I don't even check on it for the past couple months because we're not in deer season anymore. We're out of the season, but I left it out there just to see what it captures. Still going, still taking pictures. This one is in partial shade. That is important to note because these cameras, I had bought a bunch of these, I think like 4 or 5 or 3, 4 or 5, something like that. I bought a bunch of them and 2 of them burnt out inside because I'm here in South Texas. It was in extreme heat. It was 100 plus and it ended up burning the internal components. That was the lone survivor because it was in partial shade. So that is something to kind of keep in mind on your location and how you're going to kind of strategically place these things. I had mine just bright sun. I would typically put them in a tree just to be a little bit safer. It has a little bit of cover from the sun. But yes, like I said, it's been a year and I haven't checked on this thing. I checked on it today and it was loaded with pictures of just hogs, coyotes, squirrels, raccoons, all kinds of stuff. It was still going. I have no batteries in here, just strictly solar panels. So to answer the question, do I think solar cameras are worth it? Yes, they are. I think they are worth it. You're going to get quite a bit of years of usage out of these things before you even decide to want to upgrade anyway. By the time the new technology is out there, this one's probably ready to be upgraded anyway. And again, that's going for both trail cameras. I've had two different ones and I've had really good experiences with solar powered trail cameras. Now, this one is Wi-Fi enabled. I'm going to quickly talk about the usage, the battery usage of these things. They both perform very, very well. Again, two very different brands. They both perform very well. This one, on the other hand, and I haven't had this problem with this one yet, but on this one, you know, some of the things I ran into is if I put it on video mode and I get an extreme amount of activity around a feeder, it will, towards the end of the day, start to die off. But in the morning, once it starts to get recharged again, then it's good to go. If you have a really cloudy day and you're getting a lot of videos, a lot of action at a feeder, yeah, it might power off for a couple hours until it gets recharged again. This one is particularly not in a high traffic area, so that's the reason it hasn't happened to this one yet. But I believe if I do put it in a high traffic area, we'll probably have the similar issue as well. Cloudy days and a lot of activity, not a good recipe for a solar camera particularly. But if you want the convenience and the, I guess, stress-free, if you can call it that, stress-free feeling of having to check on cameras or worrying if your camera batteries died, I would go with the solar trail camera. I really do like these. I really do enjoy these. I do have a variety of cameras. I use them for different purposes or different situations. So these aren't the only cameras I use. I use cellular, I use regular cameras, and I use solar. And then I also have Wi-Fi cameras as well. Now, again, like this one I said is a Wi-Fi. This is more of a traditional just battery type style with a card. The Wi-Fi ones, they are going to use a little bit more juice because you are going to connect to it by your phone, which is a cool feature to have because I can sit in my blind or my stand and I can turn on my Wi-Fi and it will connect to the camera and I can go through photos as I'm waiting for the feeders to go off early in the mornings or something like that. So that is a cool feature, but keep in mind you are going to be burning the battery, excuse me, a little bit more because you are using it. It is connecting, right? So to kind of wrap it all up, guys, yes, I do think solar cameras are worth it. Some are a little bit expensive, some are a little bit on the cheaper end. But yes, like I said, this one I think I got it on sale. I think it was $270, $250 at the time, but I got it for a fraction of that price because they were on clearance. This one, it retails for $160. So yeah, they're a little bit pricey, but you are going to get a lot of years of consistent usage out of this thing. And like I said, for at least my particular area, the amount of days that we have that are cloudy are very, very low. If you live in an area where you get a lot of cloud cover kind of frequently, a little bit more often than we do, maybe not a solar camera for your area, or maybe buy one that has the option like that one to add batteries as well. If you do that, the batteries plus the solar panel on that camera, it'll last you, oh my gosh, last me a freaking long time. A year and a half maybe before I had to change out the batteries, a year. It was a very, very, very extreme long amount of time because how those work is they use the internal battery first that's getting recharged by the solar panel, and then it uses the external batteries, the ones you put in, the AA's, as a secondary source in case that one fails. So it's always consistently going to be on. That is a good thing to look for if you never want to miss anything at a feeder or at a blind, is make sure that they do have a external battery reserve in the event you get a lot of cloudy days or whatever. But yes, overall they do work very well. I've had really good results with solar cameras, and I honestly continue to get more. I have more of these actually already on the way that the sponsor is sending over, so I'll be doing a review on that one completely in another video coming up. But from my experience, I can say that yes, solar cameras are nice because you don't have to be constantly remembering photos. And for me particularly, I can just swing by and connect to my camera and check it from the vehicle, or if I want to, which I like to get down and walk around, so I will get down and walk around and check it on my phone as well. And again, those are nice because you're not having to go in all the time and leaving your scent or your odor, especially during the season. That's, you know, it's a problem, right? You don't want to be leaving your odor, because now the bigger bucks, they're typically not going to be hanging around if they're picking up a lot of human activity. So that is one thing I would recommend, is getting something that has either Bluetooth or Wi-Fi connectivity, so that way you don't have to get super close to your cameras or your location. You can kind of check everything from a distance without interrupting a bedding area or a feeding area or whatever. That would be my only tip for the solar cameras as well. But yeah, like I said, overall, yes, I would purchase solar cameras. I enjoy them, I like them. Like I said, it provides peace of mind of not worrying about these things going out. And like I said, this one's in partial shade and it's not getting a super lot of activity, but it's getting some, and it hasn't missed a beat yet. It hasn't had a day where it's been off. So that's a good thing. Like I said, depending on your area, you may have a lot of activity. They may or may not work for you. Particularly, they do for me. But you can always buy those reserve battery type styles like that one behind me, if that is a concern of yours. But without further ado, guys, be careful, be good, take care, and God bless. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.